Well, hello, Glue Troopers. I have returned from the most solemn occasion, and now it is time to talk about models. I received a letter from Peter Shang at Frog Models, well, actually, Hobby Bounties, and he and I will probably at some point later in the year after my training's completed get together and talk about how his company ended up with the rights to Frog. What I did not realize was that they actually have three kits in production, including a 1/72nd scale F-16 and a couple of ships. I believe that F-16 may be a reboxing of the Academy kit, according to ScaleMates, but still, it's nice to see the name is still out there, and who knows what plans they have for it in the future. And that will probably be the subject of a video at some point down the road. I am putting together most of the pictures for the UK build. I'm going to go ahead and draw a line in the sand and say I want to get that up by the 12th. So I need to have pictures in the next day or two if you're making a submission to the UK build. The next one will be the kit bash, but that's probably not going to happen until August or September because everything, as you guys know, is going to go up on hiatus until I get done with the training. And I'm still studying hard and learning stuff and somewhat disappointed just how bad my old man memory is. But, finally, I read it enough times that I beat it in my brain through repetition and drill. So one quick kit model thing that I thought was kind of interesting was we've had a lot of guys talking lately about the different kinds of paints and problems with primers and stuff. And I've gotten a few replies from people, the old enamel versus acrylic versus lacquer arguments and stuff. But I am starting to wonder why we seem to be having a lot of trouble with getting paint colors to match, even when even if there's just a slight difference in the primer. And of course, I think lacquers are probably the worst offenders on that because you have to put them on so thin. And whereas you might have to only put on one or two coats with an enamel, it's been my experience if you don't want to get fish eyes, sometimes I've had to put like 6 coats of lacquer on a model. And of course, I'm using rattle cans. I know I'm cheating. And also with the acrylics, the paint job looks so good, it dries, it looks good, you clear coat it, and then a day or two later, you're finding spots where you didn't get it. And I'm wondering, okay, did I miss that, or has the color actually changed? The world may never know. But I'm becoming one of those people who believes that properly painting a model is probably the hardest part. And in some cases, depending on the paint you're using, it borders on being dark magic. And I see some of the things these guys do with metallizers and stuff, and why don't my models look like that? And because you look at a B-29 model with or even some of the jets, look at the photos, like Mike Machat just put up a video on single seat jets that became 2-seaters, and he shows some really interesting pictures of F-86s and stuff. And you look at all of the different shades of aluminum, and like, that's probably the same aluminum stock, but just because of which way it's oriented when it's bolted on or how it got treated in manufacturing, it just looks a little bit different. That's a really hard thing to duplicate in a model until you see someone do it, and then you're just like, ugh. But anyway, hey, you know what? It keeps the challenge alive. So if you guys have some sort of special painting technique or disagree with something I just said, by all means, let's see it in the comment section. We'll probably wind up talking about this many more times in the future, as I don't see the problems with painting going away anytime soon. Well, but then again, overcoming the issues when you're building a model is half the fun. I mean, therein lies the challenge. Well, take care of yourselves, guys. We'll talk at you later. And as always, model on.